Funding for the only at-home self-testing HIV kits available in Canada is coming to an end. Money from the federal government will run out by the end of March, even though diagnoses are increasing across the country. There were nearly 2,000 new HIV cases in 2022. That's up almost 25% from the year before. So frontline workers are sounding the alarm, saying testing is a key component to stopping the spread. And Sean Rourke is a scientist at St. Michael's Hospital and professor of psychiatry at the University of Toronto. And he also helped to get the HIV tests approved in Canada. So good to have you on your morning.
Thanks so much for having me.
Can I hold one of these up for everybody?
Yeah, for sure.
So these are what are available now. Funding's going to run out for these by the end of March. We were one of the last G7 countries to get these self-testing kits. We're at risk of losing them now. Why did the government funding come to an end? Why are they ending it in March?
We don't know. It's been a successful program for the last almost year and a half, and there's no good reason not to keep on funding it. We've launched it in November of the last year, and we've reached, we sent out over 200,000 kits. They're reaching people. They're reaching the right people. There's no good reason not to keep it going.
HIV, we know, is a treatable disease. So what are your concerns if these kits go away?
So we've raised expectations, both in the country and globally, that we're fighting HIV and AIDS. We want it to end.
Yeah.
And we've said by the government's investment, we're saying that we can do this. And we've built a program that's been, again, successful. Frontline agencies, 400 of them across the country are giving them out to people. People are getting tested. People are knowing their status. People are who are testing positive, getting treated, and going to live normal lifespans. So why would we continue that? You
mentioned populations. Which populations are at risk, most at risk, if the sort of security and the safety of a home testing kit goes away?
Right. So there's a number of key populations that we work with across the country. Indigenous people, African, Caribbean, and Black communities. We work with people who use substance and inject drugs, and gay men and men who have sex with men, and women as well. I mean, we're reaching out, and not enough women are getting tested for HIV either. So those are the key populations that we're working with.
Do you have a backup plan, maybe private funding, if this government funding doesn't reverse itself by the end of March?
We don't have a backup plan because it's working, and when you set something up like this to work, it's really up to the government. This is a political decision right now for the government to decide whether they're going to fund it, whether Trudeau and the health minister really want this to continue. And if we care about these people, I mean, it's working, why not continue it?
How much money are we talking about?
We're talking about probably, anywhere between $6 and $8 million a year. And that's, I mean, for people to get tested, to get on treatment and have a normal lifespan. We also know that with scientific discoveries of HIV, the medications, people, when they're on them, their virus can be undetectable and they can't transmit. So it's a public health benefit as well. We're, one of the last, as you mentioned, one of the last G7 countries that got this approved. I don't want to be the first country that has a successful program that stops it. That just doesn't make any sense in the world today.
All right, Sean, thanks for coming in today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
We did, in fact, reach out to Health Canada for a statement, and they responded that the Public Health Agency of Canada is continuing to explore options to try and make these kits available to community-based organizations. They're looking at options after March 31st, but we know that as of today, the government funding will end by that date.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.